Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy? Or are you gonna bite?
What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch it. Would you repeat it?
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy? Or are you gonna bite?
Oh, Christ. Hey, look.
Good evening and welcome to the Midnight Movie Review. Tonight I'm not alone, I'm talking to Michael Madsen. And, well, let's start with a question about, you've got this very badass image, you know, with a lot of dark bad guys. But there's, can I say, the soft side or an artistic side? I mean, poetry, last November you were in Den Haag.
I'm a very sensitive guy, and I'm a die-hard romantic, and I'm the father of 6 children, and I'm often misunderstood as some sort of creator of mayhem. But I've, you know, everybody who's in trouble says they're misunderstood.
Yeah, but about your poetry, I read that, was it Dennis Hopper who said it was very, very good. I haven't read anything, but I'm very curious. Could you cite perhaps something short? Or?
Dennis Hopper probably gave me the greatest compliment of all of my writing. He also wrote the foreword for my book, one of my books. I miss Dennis very, very much. He was a very exceptional, decent guy. And you're not going to see the likes of him again in this lifetime. You know, I'm not really, you can't really be a fan of your own work, or else you can't keep doing it, or you can be enamored of yourself. And that's not a good idea.
Why can't you be a fan of your own work?
Well, because you can start to believe that you're, you know, some sort of omnipotent presence on Earth. And I just think it's better to play the high road and just realize that making a living as a film actor or a writer is just the same as any other job at the end of the day.
So, well, if you would have known that for like 25 years ago, would you still chose to act?
I would have been a lumberjack.
A lumberjack?
Yeah. Or perhaps I would have raced cars. I'm a big NASCAR fan, and I once drove the Citgo Dirt Devil. I did 4 laps at the Phoenix International Raceway when I was shooting a movie called The Getaway. And I did a good 150 in that thing, and it was just a wild ride. I mean, you know, to me, that's really it for me. I was so... one of the guys got in the car with me, one of the owners of the car, and he was just sitting next to me on the floor, basically holding onto the roll cage. And I was going pretty fast, and I guess he reached over and hit the toggle and killed the motor because he thought I was going to kill both of us. But I wasn't going to do that, and I was having fun, and I was being safe. But I think if I had it all to do over again, I'd probably focus a lot more on race car driving.
Racing car driving?
It's a little late now for that, but...
No.
Once someone gave me a letter that Steve McQueen wrote to a friend of his, and in the letter he said that, I think it says something like, the movie thing is something I'm doing when I'm not in a car, and it's a good way to use up my time. It's a good way to make money so I can keep racing.
Wow, that's...
So, you know.
So cars are the better thing, really.
Well, yeah. I mean, movie acting is not what it's cracked up to be. It's a very competitive industry, and it's very difficult to ride the tide or to, you know, there's a lot of knee slapping going on and a lot of socializing, and I'm not really good at that sort of thing. And
But do you need it?
well, yeah. I mean,
Really?
to a certain extent, especially nowadays with multimedia and the internet and all these things are blown out of proportion. Everybody's hyped up all over the place, and you have shows like American Idol, and you got people on reality shows who are becoming celebrities overnight, and you know, 6 months later they hang themselves in a motel or they're dead from an overdose in the fucking street. So, you know, it's kind of...
Yes, no, yeah, there are better things in life than an overdose, so...
Well, yeah, one has to be careful. Movie acting is very psychologically destructive if you're not careful with yourself. And
Have you ever been on that you thought like the acting is now involving the way I feel too much that you thought like let's quit
no, I
this?
already separated myself from it a long time ago, but you can get over the fascination of seeing yourself in a movie in a very short amount of time. And then it's just about concentrating on what you do and doing it right. And you have to decompress sometimes after you do a picture before you go home, to your family or whatever it is that you're going back to. You got to kind of let yourself come back to life before you know what I mean? You have to regenerate yourself after playing somebody.
But I've heard that you're a father.
Yeah.
And I've heard that you're a good father also. So
Well,
then
you.
you're a good one at decompressing.
I like
right?
to think of myself as a good father, yeah. That's very nice for you to say that. A lot of people would like to assume that, mostly people who don't know me will just come to some assumptions. But I'm sure if you asked each and every one of my sons what they thought of their father, you'd probably get a pretty good response.
Yeah. I also read that you're very much...
Do the final question, please, if it's possible.
I have two more.
All right, thank you. Well, because thanks, man. Because I also heard that you're very much in helping your children in their artistic side.
Well, I don't know. I've got the astrological map, right? One of my boys is an Aquarius. One of my sons is a Pisces. One of my boys is a Scorpio. One of them is a Taurus. And the other one's a Libra, for Christ's sake. So, I'm really got a scattered zodiac attack. And sometimes it's really difficult to keep track of all of their emotions and all of their different mood swings and phases. And remembering also that I was that age at one time, and I know I went through some phases and I did some things I probably shouldn't have done, and I'm hoping that they're not going to do those things. But one of my sons wants to be an actor, and I'm encouraging him in that direction, even though I hesitate to do it because I don't think he really realizes, what it really involves and
How old is he?
devastating it can be. He's 21.
21, so it's really serious, this acting thing?
Yeah, very serious, yeah, but he, I don't know, one of my boys wants to be a writer, another one wants to be a motocross champion, one of them wants to be a snowboarder, my other boy's a surfer.
A surfer?
I mean, at least they all have inclinations of what they want to do.
Yeah, but that's something...
Supporting all of them in their ideas
Yeah.
can get pretty complicated sometimes. The other day I was in my driveway, I was just standing behind my truck, and I'm telling you as God is my witness, 3 of my boys called my name simultaneously within 1 second of each other.
Really?
My little boy was up on a balcony, my 13-year-old was standing next to me, my 17-year-old was coming out of the side door of the house, and it started up here with the little guy, Dad, and then Calvin next to me, Dad, and then him, Dad, coming out. It was like, Dad, Dad, Dad.
Yeah.
It was like a machine. It was like a gun. It was like being shot by a dad machine gun. Dad, Dad, Dad. All 3 of them wanted, whoa. All 3 of them had a question for me right at the same moment. That's
a good sign, right?
It's wonderful, but at the same time, you realize the amount of responsibility that is.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Which one, first of all, which one do you pick first to answer? And then once you get a question from the first one, how long is it going to take for that answer before you move on to the others who want you to answer them immediately? You know what I mean? It's very, depending upon what each one of them wants to know or what they're asking for, I could have to, anywhere from bungee jumping off the top of the Tetons to going down to the grocery store to get some more cereal, I mean, you get a very complicated
Complicated thing.